So, Emma, what are we talking about today?
Milestones.
Welcome back to the Blanket Fort. This is Parenting Podcast, episode 1000.
Feels like it.
I have no idea how many episodes we've done. We've done
We've
quite
got
a
a
few.
lot, yeah.
It's 2026.
Hooray!
It's a
Happy
new episode.
New Year!
Yeah, well, depending when you're listening to this. But, you know.
Yeah, for us it's 2026.
Uh-huh.
We try and talk about stuff.
Just stuff.
Well,
stuff generally.
Stuff that we like, really.
Just what's going on in our lives.
Yeah.
We live in Harrogate. We have two kids, Lily and Lola. One is four and a half-ish.
The certainty in which we said that shows what kind of parents we are. And the other one is one and
a bit. Roughly.
You can listen to us for advice, but that's not what we're here for.
Yes, I maybe wouldn't follow us for advice. It's not a good
We're
not
just
a good
like you. We're
recommendation.
mumbling our way through.
Yeah. Bumble. Cool. Oh, we should say, my name's Elliot.
And I'm Emma, and we normally do a comparison.
Yes, a little factoid at the beginning, which we have not thought of.
I've thought of one, but
you thought of one.
I don't know if it's entirely child-friendly.
It's better be a family-friendly show.
It's not suggestive. It's just the only thing I think of one of our differences is the kind of alcohol we like is quite different. And I think surprising for most people. So I'm Emma, and I normally like beers and Guinness.
Yes, all the things you can't drink anymore.
All the things I can't drink anymore because I have gluten. And Elliot, do you want to say what your preference is?
Well, to be fair, you don't really drink anymore.
No, I don't. It's true.
No.
That was back in the day. Yeah, now my preference is water. Preferably sparkling water. Because, you know, I'm not that, I would say not that boring. I think sparkling water is pretty tall.
Yeah, I don't really drink a whole lot anymore either. With, like, you know, baby in the house and young kids.
You've got to wake up early.
You know, don't know where you find the time, but apart from anything else, any alcohol that's sweet is my go-to. Sweet cider, sweet wine, sweet anything that's fruity or
cheap.
Cheap. Well, it just so happens that things that tend to be sweet tend to be cheap. I can't help it.
I don't think it's a problem. If anything, it saves us money if we do go out somewhere. So, you know.
A nice what's that thing I got in the fridge at the moment? Like cream, like Irish cream?
Baileys, like Baileys, yeah.
Yeah.
That old lady's drink.
Yeah. Again, very sweet.
And we just always used to laugh because when we'd go out and order our drinks, they'd always bring them to each other. So they'd always like bring you the beer and me whatever cocktail
Oh yeah, they
thing.
always think it's the other way around.
And then we'd just let them do it because we were too polite to tell them, and then we just switched them after they went.
Yes. I don't have like a pint of beer. It's not my.
Not his go-to.
A nice fruity cocktail is what I'm after.
But I'm a fan of cocktails now.
Yeah. But you like minty and.
Oh yeah, I like quite.
Ones.
Yeah. I like weird flavors.
I don't think mint's that odd. But,
it's not. You know. It's just not the sweet one.
To me, it tastes like toothpaste. So I'm like, why would you drink a drink that tastes like toothpaste? Anyway, it kind of ties in because January, a lot of people do like, you know, dry January.
I mean, I just do it.
Very easy to do in our house. It's not.
It's only really for like, I would say we go out, but we don't really.
No.
I've put in the diary for us to have a date. I don't know if you've agreed to it yet.
Is it so? We send diary requests to each other. Go on a date.
Well, you always tell us what you want to do, so then just put it in the diary. So that's what I do now.
Oh, okay.
On the week of Valentine's, because we're away at Flourish, which is
and then it's half term.
So that Monday before Flourish, we're both free. So I've suggested
the week that I'm going to be terribly busy with work.
Yes, but you will be busy on Valentine's. So I thought that Monday we could go out for lunch.
Right. Okay. Sure.
He sounds excited. Look, you just tell your boss you're missing Valentine's Day. I mean, I will be there, but it won't be a romantic setting. People don't know that.
It's a festival thing, weekend event, church event thing.
I don't think it's going to be really romantic.
Oh yeah. It'd be super romantic. Yeah.
It's not... People don't even know what Flourish is.
Just ignore the other 1,000 people there. just pretend it's me and you.
And the two kids.
Well, I'm sure we can find someone to look after the two kids for a bit.
What, random people?
Yeah. We'll just grab a couple of people. Look after these for a little bit. It'll be super romantic.
Okay, I'm still going with my plan for Monday.
But ding ding.
Oh, parenting achievement
It's parenting
time.
achievement time. Our little segment where we share a funny story.
We actually have a really good one this week as well.
Oh, yes.
I've dubbed it grandparenting achievement time.
Oh, grandparent. Oh, very
because of what happened.
Yes.
Do you want to tell the story? Because you were actually there.
It was Lily's first day back at school in the new year. And as typical, she was having a massive tantrum and a meltdown. I can't remember over what. I mean, we'd already had one over getting dressed for school.
Yeah.
Yeah, this school business, goodness me, it's going on.
Going on.
But yeah, first day back, it wasn't going well. So I had to like literally carry her out the house screaming over something. It was probably something stupid.
Yeah, probably something silly. But we know it's not about that. It's about the change of going back to school. So she was just kind of making problems.
We were already a bit late, so I was like, well, we're just gonna have to go. So I like picked her up and carried her out the house, and then I put her down outside. Well, we got outside our gate, and I stood outside the front, kind of outside our neighbour's house. And I put her down to try and like calm her down before walking to school. Because I couldn't like literally carry her the whole way screaming. Well, I mean,
we often try and go like, let's have a few breaths and try and Yeah.
This is when the confusion occurred, because we were stood outside the neighbour's house, and the neighbour's grandma was standing, or she was like busy faffing with her car, but she was waiting for the neighbour's kid Edmund to appear, ready to drop him off at school, and so she saw. They're similar ages. The neighbour is a year older.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I look particularly like our neighbour.
Next door's husband.
No. But so she got a bit confused and saw a kid appear who was upset. And she told me afterwards she was expecting their little boy to be a bit upset because it was the grandparents taking him to school that morning and not the parents. And so at first I thought, oh, she's being very friendly and nice. She'd come over and like was like talking to Lily and like trying to get her to calm down, and was like going, oh, the way grandparents do, sort of like, it's okay,
don't worry.
Worry. And then she was like giving her a hug, and I was like, okay, well, we know them a little bit,
well,
so I suppose a little bit odd, but not too odd. And then it kind of started to progress where she like then picked Lily up and was about to put her in their car. And then I was like, oh, hang on. I've suddenly twigged. You've got confused here and think this is a different child.
You were like, this isn't.
And then I was like, slightly in a kind of an awkward thing, like, what do I do now? Like, obviously, I can't let them drive off with Lily and deliver her to a different school.
Yeah, Elliot, I'm polite. I thought she's just going to go to a different school today.
I was like, do I just outright say, this isn't your kid? Do I like how do I get out of this without it being really awkward for everyone involved? But yeah, I just kind of was like, I hadn't let go of Lily's hand. I was like, well, I think we need to be getting to school now. And then she kind of looked at me, and kind of it dawned on her like, oh, and she's like, this isn't Edmund. And to be fair, Lily was wearing a Spider-Man hat.
And like a big scarf around her face.
Yeah, it was January. It's very cold, so they're all wrapped up.
But I mean, she was wearing a dress.
Yes, underneath. Yeah. So it wasn't, I suppose, obvious, but you would think, I mean, it's grandparents.
It was funny though.
Yeah.
It was already like when
so then she was very apologetic. I was like, it's fine, don't worry.
And it kind of calmed Lily down because she kind of was
thrown
by the whole situation.
Yeah, she was kind of looking at me like, what's going on?
So it was good for us.
Yeah, worked for us. She was a lot calmer then. Having to walk to school.
They would send a message like, we're so sorry. And I was like, when Elliot told me, I just found it very funny.
Yeah, it's the way she was like, I'm so sorry my mother tried to kidnap your child.
I was just like, well, you know what? It helped to calm down.
Well, if you have a similar story or an anecdote or funny thing that's happened, let us know. Get in touch. Reach out to us. You can get in touch with the podcast by
Instagram,
something, emailing
WhatsApp.
us at
emailing us. That's the weirdest way to get in touch with us.
I feel that's what other podcasts often do.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel that's way harder than like
I know, it's a bit
direct
odd, isn't it?
messaging or.
But all the podcasts I listen to, they always
I know,
go,
but are they
get in
quite
touch.
big contact like podcasts who
maybe.
won't answer DMs? We're quite a small podcast.
Yeah,
you can DM us.
You
That's
can
fine.
just, message me or Emma. We're quite friendly. Or you could put it in our WhatsApp group. If you're part of the community, we have
part
a
of our little community.
little thing there. You could join and share if you've got a funny story, or let us know in there if you're listening along. I need a little thingy, my bobby.
What's the thingy, my bobby?
Stick another load of washing on, and let's have some conversation today. What you came up with this topic, Emma?
I did.
What do you want us to talk about?
And I actually planned it, which is if anybody knows how this podcast normally works, that it's not yours to the system. Jobbergy. That's not a word. Normally, the system. Normally, I'm just what I call a talent.
Excuse me.
Elliot's like the director and producer. And I just turn up and talk. But Elliot was like, I don't know what to do on this week. And I was like, it's cool. I've got an idea. So I thought we haven't covered it, I don't think, in previous podcasts, about milestones and kind of the pressure around them, what people expect.
We did an episode a long time ago on parenting milestones.
Yes.
So we did one on with special guest Anna. We chatted about milestones that you encounter as a parent. But we've not really talked about those typical
child milestones.
Yeah,
that they go through.
like when they first learn to do something, or like have they reached this level yet? That sort of thing. Particularly when they're like babies and developing.
Yeah, and I think it's a lot more like, I don't know why, but I think up to 1, it seems like there's a lot more pressure on like, can they hold their head up? Whereas I don't know, it's just less progression as they get older, but they don't seem to be like, oh, milestones. Do you know what I mean? I know they say, oh, by 2, they should be able to use things like linguistically and stuff, but it's not quite as, they're not quite as, There's
a lot of benchmarks often in the first year or, around that time. And we've kind of waited to do an episode on this until like Lola's hit some of those things so we can talk about them, like, the usual like walking and talking and stuff. We're kind of it hit now just over 1, but there's lots of stuff, I suppose, all the way through.
Yeah.
I don't know how far back you're going to go.
Well,
what are you going to talk about?
I haven't looked up month by month what they're meant to do. I'm just going to go vaguely timeline. What's exciting? I think one of my main points is to be like, don't feel pressurized if your child isn't doing a milestone when they're meant to be doing it. Because, I mean, fair enough, like some people have valid concerns and they should get things looked into. But I think most of the time, all children are very different. And depending on what's like, if you've had the child like early or late,
Yeah.
If they're born big or small, I think that really
was just about to say,
development.
like, it's easy to say, like, oh, every baby's different. They all do different things at different times. But it's still hard to stop yourself comparing.
Oh, it is, yeah.
Especially if you have friends who are similar age and you're like, well, why can they do this now and they can't? But actually, we've found, like, the biggest factor is that if they're born, when they're born, whether they're born late or early, and, like, their actual age is very rarely a good indicator of should they be hitting a certain milestone.
Yeah.
Often
and I also
find
like if they're born as quite big babies and their growth goes well, of course they're going to be doing things more than children who were born little and they grow like. Do you know what I mean?
You use some sort of combination of their due date combined with like maybe their weight or something, I feel like that gives you a slightly better kind of indicator for when they might be doing stuff. Whereas like age is not a great one for because they're all kids, and
I get they have to make some kind of arbitrary time scale.
You've got to use something.
They can't just not measure anything. We're just saying don't freak out if the health visit comes and goes, your baby's not doing anything. Because I know with my mum, maybe we'll talk about this later, but we didn't hit any of our things ever. Like we were always behind, and we've grown up to be normal, functioning adults.
And I was pretty behind as well, actually.
I think I put this here.
More typically because I'm a boy. Again, we can talk about this again because I think girls and boys do develop differently in the early years. So,
which I know could be controversial, but I think they do.
I don't think it's controversial with parents who have kids.
Yeah,
like,
true, and they've seen kind of how they can develop differently.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm enjoying being the talent on this one. I'm just waiting to see.
You've got to bring the personality.
I'm waiting to see what you're going to say. Just have to sit and respond. It's great.
It's nice, isn't it?
What's coming up next?
Does it come more like quickly to you what your response is, or is it just...
Oh, that never happens anyway.
Okay.
I can't think quickly. This episode might just be you talking and me going, I haven't thought of anything yet.
Yes, this is why we normally the other way around. What are the most exciting developments we see, or what I find most exciting?
Interruption. I thought good context. We should clarify. Lola is our second child.
She is.
So, like, in this whole topic of milestones, as you're saying, like, I don't think like the excitement is a lot less this time round to some extent, and we're just a lot more relaxed about it.
We are, yeah.
You know, like
and this is what I mean, but we don't have very good timelines because this one we've been like, oh, it'll be fine.
Yeah, we've not been like, oh, she's hit this milestone. Let's take a picture. Let's celebrate it. Let's remember when it was. We haven't got a clue.
We're sorry, Lola. If you listen to us in the future, we were very proud of you. We just, we have seen a child walk before now. So it's not quite the same thing about it. Although I'm still very excited when she can finally, just walk by herself.
Anyway, go on, continue.
So, the exciting one to me is when she got, because, I like people who can communicate with me. When she starts, speaking and doing noises, that was really exciting. But she's quite like Lily. And this is what Becky laughed at, in that I say we have talkers and not walkers. Because with our children, they start vocalizing quite early. They're very good at speech, not great at the whole walking and doing active stuff. And Becky was like, that should be a quote you have, that my children just talk as an old.
I mean, but we do have girls, which
we do.
I think does play a big factor in that.
Yeah. So they're so Lola was quite early at saying, once again, we don't know when.
No.
But she was quite early at saying mama, baba.
I think it was a similar time to Lily, which was for us about 7 months to 8 months. But both girls did the babbling and stuff. Like, they're not pronouncing words, but they are articulating noises quite a lot from quite early.
Yeah,
which,
definitely.
Some kids just don't do that. They just sit quietly, happily.
True.
Whereas ours do try.
And I think it helps because Lola has a sister who talks incessantly.
Yeah.
That Lola then was like, well, I should make noises all the time too. Even though she couldn't really do words, she'd be like,
yeah.
So exciting when she could say, she said mama first, which was nice, but she then lost it very quickly and just went baba for ages. So I was like, yes, she said it first. And then I was like, what happened? What happened to mama? Just talking to baba now. So at the minute, she can say mama, baba, granddad.
Yeah.
Yee, which is her word for Lily.
Yeah.
Quack, quack.
Yeah. She can say quite a lot of words. Doggy, duck.
Car.
Tiger.
And tiger. Yeah, tiger's a weird one. Lily just taught it to her because we were watching Tiger Who Came to Tea. Because it's not your normal vocab.
Well, she's big into animals, so can you tell from all the vocab she knows? Quack, quack, and duck,
and dog,
and dog, and tiger. Yeah, her vocab is expanding kind of exponentially.
It is
exponentially now.
Exponentially, yes.
So we're at a year and a few months now, and I think it's gonna, as she becomes a full-on toddler, I think that will rapidly increase.
I think she'll take after Lily though, and the jumping and stuff will be ridiculously late.
Yes, yeah.
So people don't know with Lily. I think she was 2 and the helpers were like, so could you jump with 2 bending jump or something with 2 feet off the ground? And we were like, no, she can't jump.
Even now, Lily's motor skills are quite poor, really.
Well, she does ballet and stuff. But she's not I'd say she likes dancing and she's good at it. She's not a sportsman.
No.
I can't imagine in PE she'd be terribly good at doing a lot of the things.
I feel like she's only recently really got the hang of riding a balance bike and stuff like that. Whereas some of the other kids are already riding pedal bikes.
Oh yeah, and definitely.
There's all sorts of things like that where, climbing and stuff, I get very worried because she's quite clumsy and will fall off stuff. Whereas other kids have been running around the the equipment at the park for like years by now, like very confident on it. Whereas
she's only just got like confidence to do stuff.
Anyway,
like crawling, sitting.
Yeah,
but I was very excited when they could crawl.
Yeah. We're jumping about all over the place.
Sorry.
Should
we stick to little ones at first?
Or should we not go chronologically?
Yes. Okay.
Is that a better idea?
That is a better idea.
Yeah.
This is why I don't run the podcast. So we'll start off when I won't go like head lifting, because like both our kids could lift their head from like birth, so that wasn't really a step for us.
Yeah.
Like,
but there's all sorts of stuff like that where like it can be a milestone, but equally it can be like some babies are born with loads of teeth and some aren't.
True.
And some are born with loads of hair and some aren't. So like some things will be a milestone for some people when they're really little, and some people will be like, well, that's just how they've always been.
Yeah, true.
Very good. I've looked up some lists of stuff.
Oh, very.
I suppose one of them, like you said, there's like head lifting and stuff and tummy time and stuff, but we'll skip through some of that stuff. But like first time smiling is quite a big one.
Yeah, and I think she did that after Lily. I think Lily smiled quite, but then once again, this is kind of affected by her allergy, because for however long she was miserable because she was throwing up all the time and her stomach felt bad. So like this is one of these things where it's a factor that's in play that you don't always think about. Because I was like, well, she was later to smile, but I don't think it's that she wasn't capable. I think it's because she wasn't very happy, because like she was quite poorly and feeling sick. And
the milestones are when they're younger, well, maybe all the way through really. They're kind of split into these like categories of like motor skills, social skills, and like cognitive skills.
That makes sense.
Like that they measure. I don't know whether it's helpful that they measure all these things or not.
I think it is sometimes, because I think some people it's like early signs of autism and things, which is actually helpful. I know it's hard to get a diagnosis, but I think it is helpful for people to try and like help with that then. So there's like different measures they can put in place
or
and
like
try and make life easier for them.
If you are behind in a certain area, that is not something to be stressed about, but more that it might be an area that you then provide extra support to help them develop in that area.
Yeah, true.
Like I've always thought or tried to, give Lily some more help with like some of the, we try and do more stuff with her that's coordination based.
Yeah.
So yeah, like 3 to 6 months then, as we were talking about like rolling over and stuff like that. Yeah. Recognizing people's voices, laughing as well. So like the development on from smiling, you get to the like, when they can laugh, where they can like play games and stuff, recognize objects and do like peekaboo, things like that. That's always a lot of fun.
Yeah, and both girls really liked peekaboo quite early, didn't they? Because I used to do. I mean, Lola still does it now. If she sees a cover, she'll just throw it over her head.
Yeah. 6 to 9 months, we got to sitting or beginning crawling.
Crawling's exciting, but I will say we were unprepared that Lola's a climber. So we had a crawler with Lily. So the first one, she crawled a bit, but she'd like sit and look at you like almost for approval. Whereas Lola's like just a monkey. Like she like pulls things out, doesn't she, to climb on top of it. Yeah, and if she sees like a stool, she has to get on top of it. It's like there's an internal thing inside of her that's like, I will climb that.
So we've got like being able to wave.
Yes, she can wave. See, I'm taking it off my hand. I'm like, yeah, she can wave.
Well, yes, I'd hope so. We should have got that by now. Like, yeah, starting to babble. And then 9 to 12 months, we're getting into the like pulling themselves up so they're standing, can like walk along holding furniture or your hand or whatever, possibly taking their first steps depending.
Walking our children all seem to walk about a year and a half, seems to be when they start walking.
Yeah, Lily was about 15, 16 months when she was like taking her first steps unaided. And then over the next like 3 or 4 months. So yeah, by a year and a half, she was able to walk
And Lola's getting there. Like, she can walk holding people's hands, but she's...
Yeah, she can
And she can do one step.
A kind of tentative step.
But then she'll just sit down afterwards.
Yeah. So I think she's going to be on a similar time scale, really.
Yeah.
Maybe a little earlier than Lily, but not by much. So yeah, walking can be like anywhere from, as we've said, from like 8 months through till like 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
My parents always come out with this anecdote that, like, I never crawled, I never did anything, I just sat on my bum, and then when I was 2, I just got up and walked. I've no idea if this is an accurate story or one of those grandparent stories that's got kind of mixed in the
like
retelling.
Over the years.
Yeah, whether it's a half remembered thing.
I feel like you must have moved a little bit.
I think it is true that you, like, some babies can be quite static and then like, and some do like skip phases. So like, I think it is perfectly possible to have skipped the crawling phase, but it's just the way they tell it. It was like, I just sat on my bum,
and
had
then you got up and you just walked.
Then as soon as I turned 2, I just got up and walked. It sounds maybe a little far-fetched. Then, like, with the social cognitive skills, 9 to 12 months, you've got like beginning to use like the pincer grip. Being able to like pick up smaller things, being able to like say their first words like mama, dada, follow simple commands, point to things. So a lot of like cognitive like stuff is developing in that time frame as well.
So Lola's very good at pointing to things. Well, she always has been since that stage.
Yeah,
because she's quite assertive.
Yeah, so like there's no more like with a baby, you always have the thing of like, well, they'll cry if they want something.
Yeah, or what do they want?
Okay, they want a bottle or whatever. Whereas we've definitely moved into that phase now where that's not their way of communicating. Now they'll like either crawl to where they want to go, or she'll like point and be like, I want a snack.
Yeah.
Or this is also the phase where, again, we've not really done it with either of our kids, but it's often the age where people do a bit of baby sign language.
Yeah. And we've been very interested in it. We've just never found the time to learn.
I have been doing the like snack thing. Like
yes,
this.
I have. And I've been doing the thank you.
Yeah.
Because I know they do that at nursery. People can't see, but we've been miming to each other.
Yeah, this is not a good medium for talking about sign language.
But yeah, so we do little bits, but we don't know most of them.
It can be a helpful.
Oh yeah, I think it would be. I think if we invested the time into it.
Yeah, bridge. Yeah. In that phase where they want to be able to tell you what they want, but they're not yet able to fully communicate with words. Yeah. So, I mean, often pointing is adequate enough to get their message across.
Yeah. And Lola's quite clever. She'll normally get you to the place she wants to get you to point at it.
Yeah.
So we don't have that problem.
Yeah. So if like they're tired or something, she'll climb up and point you up the stairs to bed or something.
The only problem is now it's very awkward. You're at someone's house and she wants to leave. She like points to the door quite obviously.
Yeah.
Which can come off quite rude, like she wants to leave.
Well, they don't really understand yet. It's hard to tell them like, yeah, I do know what you want.
Yeah, we just can't do
I'm not going to give it to you.
Like, why aren't we leaving? I keep pointing to the door.
Yes,
they don't seem to be understanding me. They should take you there again, like, door, we're going, right? You're like, nope. Now, I was going to say what really impressed me recently was I took Lola to a music class. And I was really impressed that she's so good at copying now. So like if you hold the tambourine and you like tap it twice, pass it to her, she'll tap it twice.
Yeah.
And there's one of those little frogs which makes like a little rain noise. And I did that, and then she'd do that. So like she's got very clever very quickly in this recent period of just mimicry is really good. So if you do one thing, they do it quickly afterwards, just learning all the time.
Yeah.
Whereas I felt like at this stage, if I did that for Lily, I think also because Lily was quite socially shy.
Yeah.
And Lola's not, obviously, because Lola hasn't grown up in a pandemic, and I don't know, it's just who she is, but she's very sociable. I took her to the music class and I thought, oh, well, the first however long she'll just be sat on my knee. And she wasn't at all. She was like literally wandering around the room, had abandoned me, came back occasionally, and then we're like do some instruments. I was like, oh, I wasn't prepared for this, but I am impressed that they are quite different socially automatically. Like Lola's very happy to meet new people and try new things at the minute, which is nice.
I mean, I feel like we're not able to talk about the one thing that is the most interesting thing of this topic, which is when parents struggle because you worry your kid is behind, because you compare to others. Like, our kids have never really been particularly behind.
No, only the jumping thing. Obviously, that's not something that they ever worry about.
Oh no, my kid can't jump.
Whereas the only thing like the health visitors ever went, oh, they should be jumping by now, but that's not a worry. We were just like, well, she can't.
Whereas parents do get worried, understandably, when it feels like, you know, they're being told that you should be speaking by now, or they're not, or they should be moving by now and they're not.
Yeah. And I think it is a lot of pressure, because I remember my mum saying, like, there was which obviously, I mean, this was 30 years ago, so I'm hoping it's changed a bit, but she said there was always charge and like tick things, and she said never hit any of them. We never were growing the right amount. We never were like doing any of the skills at the right time. And she said she felt like when the woman left, mum just felt worse.
Yeah.
She'd just been told they're not hitting any of their goals. And she kept going, but they have improved.
Yeah.
Like, they're doing much better than they were doing.
Yeah.
But she kind of didn't get any, oh, great, like, any good feedback for that. She just got told we weren't hitting where we were meant to be. And she said they never were like, oh, but they are quadruplets and they were born very prematurely. And, like, they never took any of that into account. They just were like, well, they're not hitting their needs.
Again, if the chart was based more on, like, their due date and weight, then I feel like you then wouldn't be as far behind as, like, they're taking it from your birth and being like, well, at this age, you should be able to do this. It's like, yeah, but you were really early.
Yeah.
Like, of course, you're not going to hit the same milestones.
This is something I wanted to add in, but I didn't know where to put it in. So Louise, who is a part of our little podcast community, she's got a little Instagram page about her adoption journey. And she put a really interesting little, I'm going to call it a fact story kind of thing on her Instagram, where they were saying that some researchers, I actually looked this up afterwards, found the infants born to mothers who had like higher stress levels, so higher stress hormone cortisol, so their children tended to develop their teeth much quicker than women who'd had like a very materially like stress-free pregnancy. Their teeth, like their children's teeth, developed slower.
Right.
And it made me feel a bit better because Lola only has 2 teeth.
Yeah. Which
is something that, like, it's something you shouldn't be worried about. But I feel like most people I know, their children have multiple teeth. And Lola still has 2.
That's a milestone one we've not talked about, isn't it? Yeah, it's a common one. They're like, have they got any teeth yet? Yeah. And
both our girls took a long time.
The teething goes on forever.
For us, it does. Some people have it over
clearly you had too stress-free a time.
Too relaxing.
You needed to be more stressed, Emma, in your pregnancy.
I feel like I was quite stressed this time round, though.
No, clearly not enough. Not enough.
But I thought how interesting that can be a thing.
Yeah.
And it shows there's just so much going on we don't even think about or understand, that when you go, oh, they're not hitting this yet, you're like, well, why? It could be something like that. Like, I'm not blaming mothers, but, you know, it could be something in pregnancy. It could be something about genetics. Like, we don't know why often things happen. And I think there probably is some reasons that we're just not aware of. And people are worrying and, you know, being put under pressure for kind of a reason that they can't even help. They can't control it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's made me think of all sorts of other, like, we've talked about almost like the physical developments, the milestones around, like, their bodies and brains, but there's also like almost like behavioral sort of external milestones of like actions, you know, like whether they're sleeping through the night yet or not, or like milestones of like first foods and like what are they eating, or like have
that's
they
true.
transitioned onto whatever.
I think, like, because another pressure that I've seen online is like a lot of people like go 100 first foods by 1.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm always like, that is a lot of pressure. A, to be like counting what foods they're trying. Like, I'm like, who has time for that? To be like, which once again, I remember when I had Lily, I was ticking foods off because I had one child. And for some reason, I felt like that was like an important thing, which I get for allergies and stuff. But I was at the point where I was like, she's had one sweet potato. She's tried a mushroom. Like, it was ridiculous stuff that no one cares about.
Yeah.
Which now I'm like, why would I bother doing that? That seems so silly. Oh, we're going to talk about girls versus boys.
Oh, yes. We haven't talked about that, really.
No. So we don't have experience of boys.
True.
But I have, if people don't know, I have a lot of siblings who have a lot of children.
Yeah.
So we know kind of firsthand from seeing them.
And like at this age with Lily, she's got like friends at school and stuff. So you've made a lot of other mum friends. And so you know other people who have boys and they have like younger siblings who are boys. Like, so we've encountered more and more people now. And
yes, true. Yeah.
Like talked to other parents and had, you know, taken on more experiences and perspectives.
And I think it's definitely true that girls do seem more sociable. So they seem to be able to talk much quicker than boys. Potty training once again seems to be much quicker.
Yeah.
And I don't know why that is particularly. I know with our girls, I think they just found it uncomfortable, so they're much quicker at doing it.
And it's not that all girls will do this or that all boys will do that, but it's just general
trends we've seen, yeah. Because even with Becky, so everybody, my sister in France, she's had 2 boys and 1 girl. And my sister Laura now has also had 2 boys and then 1 girl. So both their girls are the youngest. And they were both saying how the babies make the boys look like idiots. Because they said everything's so much quicker. Like they're even like looking around, there's so much more and they're trying to talk and communicate. It's just so much faster.
Yeah.
And their children are clever children. But they just said at this stage, their boys were way behind. They weren't doing anything like that. And it could be that, you know, they're the 3rd child. They're seeing the other children do stuff. But they said just they're trying to communicate all the time and they just didn't have that with their boys. Like it just wasn't the same.
And it lasts for quite a while until it evens out again.
Yeah.
And it does even out. Even with Lily at her age at 4.5, you know, you see a marked difference at school between like the boys and girls who are like the girls are clearly more able to pick up some of the academic stuff.
Yeah. And I don't know, it's because a lot of people are like, I do think boys take longer to mature in certain ways. A lot of boys just don't have that. It's not like, oh, they won't sit down. I think they just have a different way of learning sometimes, which isn't favoured in the school system.
Oh, agreed.
Whereas I think the way Lily learns is often the way the school teaches it. So she is someone who like can listen and learn and watch.
Yeah.
Whereas maybe a boy just doesn't find that way of learning as interesting.
And I was a boy like that, where I felt like the education system just was not beneficial to me at all. And it wasn't just because I was dyslexic, but I think part of it was because, you know, I was a visual person. I learned by doing and actions, and I can't learn from like reading a textbook or from being told something and like being sat in a classroom and just listening. Like that's not how I learn. And I think that's a common trend with quite a lot of boys.
Yeah, I think that's true. Because a lot of our friends, their boys struggle more than the girls are struggling.
Yeah, but it's not to say... I think it's a disservice to even frame it in that way. But it's just the way our education system is set up, that the milestones at that point in life are judged off of writing and reading. And like academic ability.
Yeah, well, it's actually because we're in this a lot at the minute, because when you have a parents' evening, they go, can they blend? Can they put the word together?
Yeah.
Can they recognise letters? And that's kind of how everything's judged.
Yeah.
When we're mainly focused on the social for Lily, because she's been quite shy.
Yeah.
Which is, of course, you're always more worried about the thing they're not good at.
Yeah.
So we're much more concerned about that, because we're like, we know she'll be fine with the letters and stuff. Like, we obviously have practice with it, but we're not that worried.
Yeah.
Whereas we're far more into the social, being like, is she making friends? Is she happy? Like,
yeah, I just feel sorry because, you know, we do have friends, or you have other mum friends who are at this point concerned or like slightly worried because they're not hitting milestones. They're like, oh, my boy's like behind with his reading and behind with his writing, and like getting a bit worried about it. And it's like, you shouldn't be. That's like an external pressure that the school has put on us, that like they'll get there eventually. It doesn't really matter. Like, why does it matter that they're not doing that at this age? Like,
I think as long as, like I said, as long as you're making progress in whatever it is, I don't think you have to be hitting a certain thing. As long as you're improving and you're learning, then you're going to get there, aren't you? This isn't to discount if you generally think your child is not improving and they're not learning and something's wrong. Obviously, like, that should be like a red flag or something you can take.
Like, if school was based on can you ride a bike and do lots of jumps and like climb up the monkey bars or whatever, Lily would be at the bottom of the class.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's just the way that we've established what we think we are like measuring success
and
by.
Like
in
in other countries, they would be learning later and it would have evened out a bit more. And I do think, like, in social media kind of feeds into a lot of your doubts. And they, especially with me, because sometimes you watch something and go, this is a sign of this, and this could be a sign of this. And then I'm like, oh, they do that a little bit. Like, Lily walked on her tiptoes for ages. And I remember, like, a lot of people are like, oh, that's a sign of autism. And I would be like, oh, is it? Oh. And then I'd try and, like, read into other things she was doing. And obviously, she's not autistic. It was just that she happened to like walking on her tiptoes. And we don't know why she liked doing that. But I think it's easy to go down a rabbit hole of like seeing one sign and going, oh, it must be something. And then like digging yourself into like, you know, a point where you're convinced they will have something. And which is fair enough if you look and you're like, oh, they're hitting everything they say is a sign. But often in my case, I know I will read one or two things, which are normally like very normal things. Like, and I think the people who create it obviously are creating it because they think it'll help. But I think in a lot of parents, it just causes anxiety where you go, oh, they're not hitting these milestones. And maybe they are a bit like that. And like, because it's such a spectrum, you can have a lot of these things and not actually... Not even just with autism, but there's like loads of conditions that if you watch enough TikTok videos, you'll convince yourself your child has it.
I just think, you know, well, like, unless there is something that gets diagnosed eventually, or, you know, and then you'll find, you know, solutions or we'll sort it out. But in the majority of cases, like, eventually...
They all just catch up.
They all catch up. Like, eventually they'll learn to walk and talk and read and write. And like, you don't meet people in life who just
unless they just have a problem.
I was just behind. I never learned to walk.
Like, I just never did it.
No one taught me, so I never figured it out. That doesn't happen. Like, you will catch up eventually. So, like, the worrying is like out of our control, really. Like,
and I get it from the point of view people like a diagnosis early for certain conditions because it helps. So I think that's fine.
True.
But I do think, especially with me, and I think other people of this too, you sometimes talk yourself into a corner because you've seen so much and read so much and you think something's wrong that isn't. So like maybe, you know, just take everything you see online with just like a pinch of salt and be like, is my child doing any other thing that would make me worry about them? Because if not, then I really shouldn't be that worried. And obviously, like, if you know your child's background, you're like, oh, they had a different childhood. Or like with Lola being in hospital, I'm like, oh, well, that will set her back a bit. Like the fact she was in hospital for 5 days and she's been really ill, like that's going to slow her down in some of her development. So I'm not going to worry if she's like not going, you know, she's not gaining skills as quickly as she was, or, you know. It's like we found with Lily at one point in nursery, she was like ill every week. And I remember saying to Ellie, I'm sure she'd be walking by now if she hadn't been like out solid for like 3 weeks. She got ill. And I think it's true because I think had she been well, she could have progressed with her skills. So I think you have to take everything into like, you know.
I mean, that's a big one, really. I think there's often things that have a setback, and then you have to remember that they might not then catch up again. Like that's
for a little
setback.
bit.
Like, you remember for a few weeks, oh yeah, they're going to be behind with this, you know, like maybe their sleep has gone a bit skew with, or maybe like their eating's gone a bit skew with, maybe like as we've done with potty training,
Yeah.
we've started early, but whatever stage you're at, maybe that's been set back a bit because they've been ill, because whatever, or maybe like they've been off nursery for a bit, so their social skills are like taking a hit. Like there's all sorts of things, and then you have to remember, like when you then a few months down the line you've forgotten that happened, and they're not hitting the milestone. You have to remember, oh, but they'll still be playing catch up with all those things. Yeah,
and there's like a reason behind that. It's so long ago you can't remember what happened, and I'm not saying they won't catch up, they will, but you've got to keep all that in mind when you're worrying about something. Yeah. And the main point of this is try not to worry.
See, I don't have that. I'm not on the algorithms. I don't see a lot of.
I think because I watch like a lot of content.
Parenting. Well, I watch a lot of content, but it's not parenting stuff that gets fed into my algorithm. So. But mine's more just like you just see kids in the park, or like when you're going to school, you see kids and like you see like, I don't know, them doing something. You're like, oh, my kid can't do that. Yeah. And like for a start, often in that scenario, like you don't even know what age the other kid is. So sometimes you're not even comparing like for like.
No, and our kids have always been quite big for their age. So I've always felt worse because people don't know they're slightly younger. Yeah. So I often felt like being like, well, they're not actually that old. Like, but then I thought, why am I telling them that? That's my own insecurity, being like, they're not actually that old. Yeah. Like, they can't do that yet.
Yeah. Well, I get that, like, when I'm pushing Lily around in a pushchair, and I'm like, she's way too old for this, and she looks, like, older than she is. Yeah. And it's like, she doesn't really like walking. Or like you go to like a birthday party and like they don't want to leave your side, they don't want to go and engage, and you're like, come on, you were really excited for this, like look, all these other kids here have gone and like are going and playing, and they're like, and you're just sat here, and it's like you have to not compare, you can't beat yourself up about it.
That used to be hard with Lily.
It's frustrating, isn't it? Because
I remember you all the other children would run off and you'd be like, you'll love it, like you would enjoy this so much, and she would warm up, but it'd be like near the end of the party, and you'd be like, really, did we come to this party for you to sit with me for the majority? Or I had to like join in all the games.
Or when they're younger, like as you said, you've just taken Lola to like a music class and that went really well, but I've been in the opposite scenario where I've taken like Lily to, when she was little, to story time at the library, and she'd just like sit and look grumpy on my lap, and like would do the thing where she's trying to get me to take her home, and like I'm like, look, the other kids are enjoying, they're listening to the story, they're like actually like sat in the circle like with their bits of fabric and the really shakers, and you're just sat here like you don't want to be here. It's like it's frustrating.
And she's sociable now. So we just have to, it does get better. I mean,
but I suppose in some of those contexts, you have to remember, like, these are milestones that might not be for your child.
Well, true.
It might just be their personality. Like, I was a very shy kid, and like, maybe it's not surprising Lily is also not, like, she has lots of close, like, friendships. But like, she's not one that would go and like just get stuck in a social situation always.
No, Lily's a real oddball though, because if people don't know, she'll like stand and dance on stage fine. Like she opens events dancing in front of people. She's happy to be by herself then and like stand out. But she wouldn't, like Elliot says, she wouldn't go around and like talk to loads of different friends. She's not like a social butterfly. She has like her chosen set of friends who she's very sociable with. I mean, she has quite a lot of friends, but she's not like not like a Lola. Yeah. Lola will go up to anyone. And when I mean anyone, she'll go up to anyone and sit on their knee. Like, she's super sociable.
Yeah, she's not clingy
at all
when you're out and about.
she'll just wander off, sit on someone's knee, chatter away. They can't understand. But she's like so sociable that she doesn't really have any kind of filter.
We might have to teach Lola like stranger danger when she's older.
That's what I thought.
She'd go off with anyone.
Lily never had to be taught any of this because she's always been very cautious. So like she never would have left our side anyway. It's like when people used to say like, don't run off. I was like, Lily wouldn't run off. She wouldn't dare leave our side. Like, I'm with Lola, we will have to go, don't run off and talk to strange people.
Yeah. You're expecting them to be milestones like, these other kids can do that, why can't you? But like, it might just be that they're going to be quite a introverted child. Or they might like have like social anxiety that like sticks with them. Like, you know, a lot of kids are a bit like that. Like,
and I think a lot of them have grown up in a kind of COVID situation, so it will have effect on quite a few of them, I've thought recently. I think Ellie's getting tired.
Anything else we need to talk about?
I haven't talked really about multi-births first, because I was going to say that could help development-wise. Just briefly. And I guess maybe being an only child would be different too. Like, so for me, I think it's a hindrance and a help.
Yeah.
Like, so being a multi-birth, we talked late because we had our own language, but it meant we were sociable.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
As we found with people with siblings, you know, particularly if you have an older sibling, so you are one of the younger ones or a younger sibling, then you have someone to like look up to. You're like, you might progress through the milestones quicker, as we found with Lola and Lily. Even
I'd say with toys, Lola's doesn't always play with toys that are developmentally for her.
Yeah.
So like, because she sees Lily play with dolls, and not like baby dolls, like, you know, like kind of Barbie dolls, but like Elsa and Anna.
Yeah.
She wants to play with them. And I always think she'll really like fluffy toys. And she does like her favourites, but she's not really into fluffy toys, because she's like, well, I want to be like my big sister. My big sister's into these big toys, so I want to be in them. I have no interest in the ones that are my age, because
so it can progress you through quicker than you might have already otherwise have. But on the flip side, if you've got a lot of siblings, like that's a lot of like split energy with your parents. Or like with you, there were 4 of you, so like
you couldn't sit and like do everyone's homework with them.
Or like reading, or like, you know, all those things you do with young babies and toddlers to try and help their development.
Yeah, true.
You might. Whereas with me as an only child, some stuff I assume I must have been ahead with, or, you know, if you only have one kid, they might be slightly ahead, because as parents you have more time to
and energy
to like help them, like one-to-one. We know one-to-one is what will ultimately help progress them quickly,
and I think that is true. I think there was a study done a while ago that said like firstborns are generally more intelligent because they have had more attention, like, and it can't be helped. Anybody who has 2 children up plus, no, don't
like,
have another one. You have less time
all
and
through
energy.
These stages, like with Lily, when we were going through these stages, like you were making sensory trays. There were all these activities you were doing. Like we'd look at what her development was. What could she learn this week? What new food or taste could she explore? What new texture or touch or color, or like what word could we teach her? Like it was very like, you know, planned out, and like there was a lot of time spent. I mean, we're still time poor, but we still found time to like.
I think because you had one child to focus on, you could kind of put all your focus on.
Whereas we've done none of that with Lola.
No, I've tried a couple of messy trays, but I found out the hard way that Lola's a lot messier than Lily used to be. And once again, I think this is just her personality. Lily's quite reserved, so she'd like pick something up and put it down, and, you know, be very methodical. Lola just goes like everything's in the air. So I've learned maybe leave that to nursery. I don't have like a house. But I would say I think Lola has been to more baby classes than Lily was at. Because I think we don't have COVID restrictions and stuff. Lola has been out of the house more, which I think...
You've reminded me of a funny milestone that I used to get frustrated by, that Lily could never build a tower. I don't know why. It just used to annoy me that like other kids could build a tower with blocks, and Lily just couldn't do it. She would just be like, I don't know, she just wouldn't do that with the blocks. She wouldn't put them on top of each other.
I think in her head that wasn't what she did with the blocks. Yes, no, I remember that. Because I remember also like we see other children do, and I wasn't really worried about it, but I remember like, I don't know which of her cousins it was. I was watching one of her cousins, and it probably Isaac, because they're a similar age. And I remember they built this beautiful tower. And I remember like, I'll try that with Lily. And I think we bought her some blocks and she just kind of put them in a pile or threw them over her shoulder. And I was like, It's not what I was hoping would happen with the blocks, really. Do we have any stories? We normally had a story people have sent us. We asked in a group, did anybody send us any? One's from Lydia, and she was helping look after some of her friends' children. And she was saying there's 3 of them and they were going to like a little toddler group. And she made the mistake of, she got like the first one out was like hold the pram, got the second one, and then they just went running off to play.
Yeah.
So then the poor little third one was sat crying, being like, let me go. And she was saying like people came and rescued them. And then apparently one of them was asking kind of like, how did we get here? How were we created? So it was like an awkward question for like how a baby's made kind of. And then Becky sent us one, which was funny. About, if people know Alia, who's their little girl, who's how much older than Lola is she? About 3 months. It's not a lot, really.
Yeah.
And they're also potty training. And she was saying she's so like Lola. She was putting like her baby dolls on the potty, but Becky hadn't realised that Alia had just done a wee on the potty that she was putting the baby dolls on. So she like turned around for a second, and Alia was going like clapping hands like yay, and she was like, oh good, she must have done a wee. And then she turned around and she was like splashing the baby in the wee, so the wee all over. And like obviously the doll then had to be taken away, and she was like, I don't know why I thought like that was a good idea, but Lola is the same, isn't she? She loves putting the dolls on the potty like she goes on. We'll get after the school run soon. Shall we wrap it up?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know what do we normally say at this point. It's been a while since we've made an episode. We normally just peter out sort of aimlessly. I normally say something that doesn't make a lot of sense. Inspiring quote to leave us with.
Oh, should we do one of Lily's quotes?
Milestones are bad.
Oh, no, I was going to say, I liked Lily's words of wisdom earlier.
Oh, yes, what are words of wisdom?
If you can, you can. If you can't, you can't.
They are words to live by. Well, thank you for joining us in the Blanket Fort.
Yes, we have enjoyed your company.
God bless, sleep well, and we'll see you next time.
Don't wake the baby.